Hi, I'm Severiano Roy. You're watching From the Cape with bass hosted by Daniel Peterson.
Hi, you're watching from the Cape with Bass, and I'm Daniel Peterson. Today we're hanging with bass player Severiano Roy. Severiano, welcome to from the Cape with Bass. Um, let's start at my first question. What's your first musical experience that you can remember?
Thank you for this opportunity, Daniel. Um, First musical experience was at the time, I think, before 2004, while my dad is actually the musical guy, plays his guitar, it's jazz, gospel, funk, and you name it. While he's doing all these things, I'm just observing, but I never had any interest in what he's doing and so on. And ever since that time, I just started to pick up his guitar, just doing the thing. But because I never got the hang of doing chords, it was always difficult for me. I just started to just to play the bass on top because it's much easier, but I never knew about bass at all. I was just doing my thing, and so he started to see um, what I'm currently doing, and he said, "You should play bass. You should play bass." And so, and what I did was my grandpa normally had that old buck, as we call it, the classical, but it only had, I think, three strings on. Um, Yeah, because we went to go fetch it way back in Cirrus, if I can still remember. And one of my cousins was playing this Maria Maria type of music, this Mexican music. He was like playing, and what I did was just to follow him because I know exactly if he plays that chord, um, this is the bass that's go with it. But I never knew I would come in this bass at all. But here I am.
Wow, your father. I see you mentioned your father. Is that the Nico Roy?
Yeah. Yeah, Nicholas Roy. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Listen, you mentioned something about chords. Can you just show us a little bit about what you mean with the chords? Because yeah, you started out there, so I want to see what you're doing quickly.
Um, with chords, my dad Nicholas was actually the guy that took me to the next level um, on bass, and he introduced me to chords. Yeah, the flat nines, the sevens, the added nines. Um, so basically, from there, he just took me and explained me, and I was basically I'm a bass player today by guitar knowledge, just to put it in that sense. And yeah, do I need to show you some things? Okay.
Wow, that's just beautiful. I should come to you for some lessons, really. Okay, now tell me, as you mentioned that your father is the brainchild behind everything. Um, why the bass guitar specifically? Why did you feel the need to play these four strings?
Actually, to start off with, the time when I was interested in the bass, I started off with, yeah, it was a Yamaha 6 string. And then actually the first guy that gave me the chords, no, not chords, the notes to play was Ricardo Uis. Um, so he introduced me just to one thing quickly. I'm just gonna show you quick. What he did was just to do this.
Oh, the chromatic exercise. Okay, I see now.
So what he did was he told me just to do that for a month, and I'm like, what? I'm like I 13 years old, 12, while he was introducing that to me, and he said just do it for a month, and then as you build up speed, just doing it, just do that, do nothing else. I was getting frustrated because I'm watching bass players, I'm trying to do what I'm doing, but I never understand what I'm doing at all. But he was the guy that just showed me that part. And then my dad saw what I'm doing, and he took me further because I was showing interest. And ever since, I'm just practicing, 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 practicing. Up until now, I'm still practicing. And yeah, that's basically it. Yeah.
Wow, man. I want to be a father like that. Seems like a very cool guy. Tell me something about who are you working with currently? Which bands do you play with? Yeah, can you explain a little bit about that?
Um, Basically, I see myself now as a, I think they call it a freelance basis. Um, I'm not currently fixed in a, like totally in a band, but what I do is if people approach me, listen here, we have this kind of thing that's going on maybe for 6 months, will you help us? Then I'm helping, but I'm then also into the group because there's a type of kind of taste or feel that you have that people needs for that kind of show or geek or whatever you might call it. Um, I've been in different kind of bands. As we can take it to, I've been in Rebirth. It's a gospel group. I've been, in fact, I've been playing for even bands that don't even have a name. The last one I was currently busy with was the Team Azusa. Nice people, nice guys. So this lady, her name is Nadine Prince. Um, she's a guitar player and a singer. So I've just started to work with her. So ever since me and her are busy with something, then it's a different type of band because wherever she plays, she wants me to be with her. We also been in a team called BOC. In fact, we're still in it. Um, then I'm currently also in Heidelveld Hope Ministries. Um, yeah, and then there's just different groups that I'm helping out. I also performed with great drum player Theo Beerwinkel, um, um, brilliant keyboardist um, Raymond Johannes, and there's many, many more. Even I performed with a minister called Louise Phillips. He's one of the guys now currently that's in the gospel industry. He's just doing his thing, just ministering. But wherever he goes, he likes to include me in it. But I also asked them that question, why me? Because there's a lot of guys, there's even guys in your churches and stuff. But then they say no, because of my humbleness and the way I'm doing things. Um, is I think in the music industry we like to call it that your signature is your kind of feel in, and then the guys just call you up. Listen here, we need you. We want to use you. You are unique in what you are doing. Listen here, can you be there? They even ask me like now. There's tomorrow an event. All I'm saying is, listen here. I'm gonna find out if I'm even working late or so on to help you. But then even some motive, some musicians that motivates me, like in general, even if it's on Facebook, YouTube, or so, it's like yourself, Daniel. Yeah. In this, just I don't know, but I just love music, man. Just love music.
So, Severiano, can you tell me about the gear that you're using? I see you're using Ibanez bass guitar. Can you explain to us what other gear you're using while playing at your different venues?
Um, this is currently the one that I'm using. I used to have a Pesa-based Squire Fender. The specifically one, there's a nice feel to it. It's easy to use. Um, Frets is not so wide. Um, I think I fell in love with Ibanez because of my father have the, I don't know what model that is, but it's older than me. A guitar that he's using. So yeah, so I just fell in love with the Geo sound gear, Ibanez 4 string, and then I'm also using the Dior blue strings and the Dior red one as well. Just love bluesman, and then I'm also using the Boss. Sometimes I'm using the Boss Super Chorus, and then the amp that I'm using normally is the Hardkey one, similar to this one, but it's just the bigger one. I think the 500. Yeah, but that's basically what I'm using. Yeah.
Super cool, man. Can you give any advice for up and coming bass players and musicians, those young guys out there that have been seeing you perform at BOC and for the other bands? Can you just encourage them, you know?
Firstly, guys, um, my advice to you guys is that um, please just stay focused. Um, do your practices. Um, do your scales. Every time you get an opportunity, just practice, just practice, just practice, just practice. Never stop. Even if people try to push you down or pull you down, practice, 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 practice. Um, you'll see at the end of the day all the experience that you gain, and the experiences will be much needed for you later onwards. So all I can say is, guys, just keep on practicing, practice and practice more.
Thank you so much, Severiano. Roy, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for coming out here. It's been an honor for me to do this interview, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you. Thank you so much for liking this video. Please share this video with your family and friends. Please follow From the Cape with the Bass on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you so much. God bless you.